So, it is time to talk ORQA versus HD02. And, well, I've kind of been holding off a little bit on doing this review for a while. And it's kind of for a little bit of an odd reason. Because, well, it's certainly not what you'd have expected. Because I've actually had the HD02s now for probably nearly a month. But, yeah, essentially, which one, in my opinion, is better? And, you know, the truth is, there is no clear answer or winner in this regard. They are both fantastic. However, and this is the big however, I'm going for ORQA. And I kind of... I actually am not really even sure. Maybe it's just comfort. But I figured I'd start by telling you why I have held off on doing a review. Now, the ORQAs, for those of you who have followed, it's fantastic. And I absolutely love these goggles. The picture is good. The overall quality is fantastic. And then along came my HD02s. And they're also pretty fantastic and almost, you know, not comparable between the two because they're kind of like for like. But one of the things I did notice when I plugged the HD02s on and I started using the custom focus is that I started to realize I was actually getting a better picture of my HD02s than I was on the ORQAs. Now, it kind of, I was wondering why, and what I realized the issue is quite simple. My prescription had changed and I hadn't bothered to update my RHO lenses. And using the HD02s with the custom focus enabled me to realize that actually, you know, my prescription is not quite right in the goggles. So I ended up holding off on doing a review on these simply because I wanted to get the new RHO lenses which I've plugged into here. And what I can tell you, it's made a fantastic difference because now my prescription is 100% spot on here, and the net result is the picture is as sharp as anything, which means I can sit and compare these two things equally. So yeah, what does it all come down to? You know, they're both good, straight off. ORQAs feel just a tiny little bit heavier than these. Not a lot in it. You know, I can't complain in that regard. I have issues really with both, you know. For those of you who followed previous videos, you'll notice I now use a wireless head tracker system I've plugged on the back. And that's because kind of I don't want to be, two reasons really. On the ORQAs, I don't want to be taking off the little foam, this rubber thing to plug a cable in all the time. And the blasted HD02s don't have a head tracker in them anymore. Or at least they don't have the port for one, because they've got a power button, which is just annoying. So, win-win, not a lot in it again. You know, overall, I think they're both running rapid fire, they're both working, they both do exactly what they have to. There's subtle advantages and disadvantages. So, something you'll notice on the ORQAs, if you were to use them, you get kind of this little bow that occurs on the screen. Whereas I don't really see that on the Fat Sharks. And I did some experimentation and I worked out that on the Fat Sharks they seem to be, it's kind of like you can imagine the screen is there, but they've almost got a screen in front of it blocking off maybe 5 pixels or so on the edge. So the result is you just don't see the curve. But I think it actually is there within the optics. You just don't see it. Do I notice it when I'm flying? Not in the slightest. It works perfectly, and once I'm flying in the air, to be honest, I don't have time to notice that curve. It's kind of peripheral vision stuff and looks absolutely great. You know, some people have criticized the fact that Fat Shark hasn't changed the shapes of their goggles or the moldings. But actually, you know, in the same regard, you know, you look at the fan here, and Immersion RC are about to release their new sort of mini LZR faceplate. It mounts to the same thing. So, I can't do that on the ORQA because where the hell am I going to mount it? And it's actually one of the things which I have a small gripe on the ORQA is that there's actually no hard points. And maybe it's something that ORQA should have considered, is, you know, even if it's just like those brass collets or something, if there had been somewhere where people could enable you to do that. But it is what it is. I can kind of get why they didn't put it on, but at the moment I can't see any way on the ORQAs of doing a nice LDR mount without maybe double-sided tape, and that it will work. But it would be a shame, because a nice LDR bracket would have been really cool. You know, I think the truth is, it actually doesn't really matter which ones you use. They are both good. However, I am going ORQA. And the reason I'm going ORQA is ultimately the DVR is fantastic. It is just phenomenal using the DVR on this. And I actually think the comfort factor, when I wear the ORQAs, they fit my face better. It's as simple as that. Everybody who I've given the HD02s to have been, wow, fantastic picture, but they've all gone, it's not so comfortable. And that is a big thing. So for me, when I weigh up the two, they're very, very good. They do exactly the same job, but actually, they won't be the ones I pull out. So I think the harsh reality is, these will be going on the market maybe for sale. I might give them a bit more time, and I'll be sticking with my ORQAs, because the ORQAs are just superb. You know, and you know, there's going to be those of you go, oh, but you know, if your prescription changes, you have to get new inserts and all this. Well, you know what? They're not going to change that often. My eyes don't kind of, you know, every year or two paying 20 quid or whatever it is to get some new lenses. I can live with that. Once they're in, I don't take them out. It's perfect. So I can't complain. I love the DVR features in this. I like the fact I can use a 90-degree SMA over here and it points. But I also, in the same regard, wonder why no one's taken that module. They put it on the side, right? But why did they put it on the front so the antenna just faced out the front? But you know what? That's one of those things. It's it just makes packing it in the case a little bit harder when it's a bit to the side. You can tell I'm a bit torn with all of this. But bottom line, both are fantastic. You're not going to go wrong buying some HD02s, but you'll certainly love the ORQAs. I don't know. It's your choice, really. I just wish that it was possible for people to try each before you bought, because that would make all the difference in the world. But for now, it's these. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy your day. I don't know if this has given you any more insight to the benefits or disadvantages of them. I think the real winner here has been the RHO lenses, because they've transformed everything for me. They've really made it a whole lot nicer for me to look at the screens. Yeah. Enjoy, guys. Have fun. Cheers.